Hello, my name is Martin. This is my take on this. As you might have figured out, I actually was on vacation, so there was no video last week about what's happening in the economy and in the financial markets. So I will actually start a little bit of recap what is going on right now. So there's still the government shutdown, which is now on day 40, and it is the longest in history. It already has been for the last few days. So that actually is still happening, and there's still not clear when this will actually end and how this affects more and more Americans. I was flying actually last week, and it all actually went well. There was no issue there. I just really felt bad for all the employees at the airports, since they have to work and are not getting paid. There's some airlines actually are giving out free meals to airport employees just to make sure that they're still coming, because otherwise, the airlines would make no money either. So it's kind of a not so nice situation that's happening for the people that have to work and are not getting paid. I also know some people actually that work for the government and are being followed, and so they kind of start feeling the pinch on how to pay the mortgage, how to pay the rent, how to pay for all the things that we need. So it is kind of getting more troublesome for people. And well, my take on this more or less is it should end, right? But I'm not going into politics. I'm not blaming one side or the other when it comes to this. So because that's not my position really to do. There are other people that actually work on that, and hopefully they will come to a solution in the end that helps the American people. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so that's one thing that happened or is still happening while I was gone on my vacation. And another thing that happened was the crypto crash. And you can say it actually was some sort of a crash, because Bitcoin has been up, or was up at some point, over $120,000 a coin, and went down to below 100,000. So that actually means that it crashed for about 20%. And with that, of course, Ethereum went down the same way. That was actually even stronger than 20%. So that was quite a blow. However, at the mark of about $100,000 for Bitcoin, it went up again 4-5%. It kind of went down again. It's going up and down on a daily basis, at least like 4-5-6% every single day. So with that, actually, I want to talk about a little bit about my other channel that I have. So as you might know, I'm actually doing day trading. So my other channel is called Millionaire Autobahn. I will have a link in the description down below. And it's about when you're in your 50s on how to start day trading, what are the pros and cons of day trading, and how you could actually increase your monthly retirement fund. So with that said, day trading, I think, is actually kind of a little bit more bulletproof than most other investments. So just think about it. So if you just invest in the stock market, right? And yes, it could go up 10% a year, but it can also crash 20% in 2 days. And if you buy a house, yes, you might be able to sell it at some point for profit, or you might have to wait 10 or 20 years to make that profit, depending on when you bought. If you bought like 2-3 years ago, there's pretty much no way you will make any money on any house these days. And we don't know if the market is still going down or not. And if you start a business and the economy is not doing so well, well, your business might also not do so well, right? So my take on this actually is day trading is not really a bad option. When you think of it, if the stock goes down, you actually shorten the stock. So you make money while the stock goes down. If it goes up, you just buy it, hold it, and then sell it on the evening. The very important part of that is that you do not hold any stock after the markets close. So even if there is a crash overnight, even if the government shutdown is taking longer, even if really bad things are happening, once you're out, your money is more or less safe. Only if the broker would go bust, but in general your money is safe. There's nothing happening with your money once you're out of a trade. So as said, with that, actually I think going day trading is not a bad idea. So learn about at millionaireautobahn.com, that's the website for it, or the Millionaire Autobahn YouTube channel. I will have the links in the description down below. So the other thing I want to talk about that I kind of missed during my vacation is the AI boom, right? Well, it's not really that I missed something, but to me it's getting crazier and crazier on a daily basis. There's everything and your mama's house now wants to have AI in it, right? And some things just don't really make sense. I really mean it just don't make sense. Because, if for example, PayPal, the stock went up just because, they announced an AI partnership with OpenAI. So, PayPal is a payment provider. They have, a handful of different payment options. What would AI do better to provide me as a customer with a better payment option? I really don't see that. And so there's so many things out there where AI, is all hyped up, but it really doesn't make any sense. And Apple, to be honest, they're actually doing it right. So just think of it. Apple is, for the last years, many years, they said, well, Siri will have a better AI integration and iPhone will have a better AI integration and so on. But at the end, they have not really moved forward that fast yet. And so far, it doesn't hurt the sales at all. Because, and I'm actually one of them, most people don't care about AI. And I don't care about it on the phone. Yes, I have ChatGPT on there and ask some questions here and there. Sometimes I use ChatGPT on this channel to actually ask AI what is happening out there. What does AI think is happening when it comes to economies and financials, right? And in general, it's not bad, but overall, it's not like this super world-changing thing that's going on. And we always have to think about that AI at the end will eliminate many, many jobs. And this time, this is permanent. There's nothing that AI provides that would create new jobs. So once these jobs are gone, once we pay for actually that these jobs are gone, and we pay for with our electric bills, once these jobs are gone, they're gone, period. There's no coming back from that. And with that, actually, the overall market at some point will go down because people will not have any money to spend, because there will be more and more jobs lost. And so, so overall, I think the AI boom is not really a good thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people might disagree with me and say, no, this is awesome. It will, free time for people and, will somehow make money with some ways. Who knows what ways that might be. But so far, I cannot see that. I really don't. And I hope you actually understand what I mean with that. Because once the jobs are gone, they're gone. I was talking to some people and said, well, for example, a lawyer, right? Right now, when you call a lawyer or you go to a lawyer's office, you explain what issue you have. And they will come up with a solution on how to go to court or how to pursue your opponent, right? This can all be done by AI already. And all these jobs, let's say these junior lawyers and so on, and the assistants and everything, they will lose their jobs. But the same is in software development. I am a software developer and have been for the last 30 years plus. And all the junior developers' positions, they're kind of wiped out. You don't really need them any longer because AI is good enough to create that code way faster than any developer can ever do. And that's, on one hand, it's amazing. On the other hand, it just eliminates those jobs. But what is actually crazy about it is if you don't have junior developers, you will never get senior developers. You first have to be a junior to become a senior, right? And if you eliminate the junior jobs, at some point you will not have any senior jobs to actually look over the code that AI is doing. So, as said, my take on this is actually we should not really move forward with AI in that speed as we're doing it right now. And we all should see and actually sit down and think, maybe we should actually kind of put the brakes on and not really be all excited about it, but be more cautious about it. But that's my thought. So, I'm not an economist. I'm not, managing $1 billion company or something that makes money out of AI. But I personally think it's actually not that good. So with that said, I think that overall we are in some sort of a pretty weird situation right now. The stock market, I think, is way too overvalued. Maybe it will come down as the crypto market did or not. We just really don't know. Overall, the economy is kind of, hanging around, just going more or less sideways. The government shutdown is not doing any good to anything. So we kind of just have to see how things actually go. Currently, to me, actually, it is quite amazing that the stock market is still holding up with all that's going on. But apparently it does. There's so much money in it that just because of that, I think it's just holding up. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. But yeah, so overall, I think we are in a pretty rough state right now, especially in the United States. Other countries might not be as affected by all these things. So if you go over to Europe, for example, let's say look at Spain or so, their economy is doing pretty good, and that has nothing to do with AI. It's really just like old school, regular blue-collar jobs where they, build houses and fix things and so on. And I think that's actually, on the long run, still the way to go. We have to build stuff, we have to fix stuff, and not just sit there and hope that AI is doing everything for us, which will never happen. So yeah, so my take on all this, what's going on right now, is I'm very concerned about the current state of situations. But, as said, that's just my take on things, right? So with that said, please check out the website where I have some daily updates on my take on things, as well as Millionaire Autobahn. And I will see you in the next video next week. I will be traveling again, but I hope I'm not absent as I was last week. All right, so thanks everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye.